In the late 1960s, a young nursing student named Donna received a present from her mother, a soft, smiling Raggedy Ann doll with bright red yarn hair and a triangular nose stitched neatly onto its face. It was ordinary in every sense. Comforting, familiar, the kind of toy meant to sit quietly on a bed or shelf, absorbing the warmth of a room without ever giving anything back. Donna placed the doll in her apartment, which she shared with her roommate, Angie. Life was simple: long hospital shifts, late nights studying, laughter over small things. The doll stayed where it was put. At first, the changes were so small they could be dismissed. Donna would leave the doll on her bed before work. When she returned, it would be sitting on the couch. Not fallen, not misplaced, placed. At first, they laughed it off. Maybe one of them had moved it absent-mindedly. Maybe they were tired. But the incidents became more precise. The doll's position changed in ways that felt intentional. Legs crossed, arms folded, facing the door, watching. Then came notes. Small pieces of parchment paper, something neither of them kept in the apartment, began appearing. The handwriting was uneven, childlike. "Help me. Help us." The words felt wrong in the quiet room, like whispers given form. The atmosphere shifted. The apartment no longer felt like theirs. One afternoon, Angie's fiancé Lou was alone when he heard a rustling sound in Donna's bedroom. It wasn't loud, but it was deliberate. He stepped cautiously toward the door, his chest tightening with a feeling he couldn't explain. Inside, the room was empty, except for the doll. It lay on the floor. Then came the pain. Lou staggered back, clutching his chest. When he pulled his shirt aside, there were deep, raw scratches across his skin. 7 marks, burning and fresh, as if carved by invisible claws. They faded almost as quickly as they appeared, leaving behind a terror that did not. That was the moment they understood. This was not a harmless trick, and whatever was behind it was not a child. Desperate for answers, Donna and Angie sought help from a medium. The woman listened, eyes closed, fingers trembling slightly as she reached for something unseen. She told them a story. A young girl named Annabelle Higgins had once lived on the land where the apartment now stood. Her spirit, the medium claimed, was lonely, lost, drawn to the doll as a vessel. She meant no harm, only to be loved. It sounded comforting. It felt like a lie. Still, moved by pity, the girls made a fatal decision. They gave the spirit permission to stay. What followed shattered any illusion of innocence. The activity grew violent. The doll no longer merely moved. It seemed to anticipate. Doors slammed without warning. Objects were hurled across rooms. The air itself felt heavy, charged with something ancient and malicious. Lou refused to stay in the apartment. He felt it more than the others, a hatred that seemed to focus on him, as if he had been marked. It became clear. Whatever was inside the doll was not Annabelle Higgins. It was something else, something pretending. That realization led them to the only people who might understand: Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens listened carefully, their expressions growing more serious with each detail. Lorraine, sensitive to the unseen, needed only moments in the apartment to confirm what they feared. This was not a human spirit. It was an inhuman entity, a demonic presence, and it had never wanted affection. It wanted permission. Permission to enter deeper, to attach, to possess. The doll was not alive. It was a conduit. The Warrens acted quickly. A priest was called to perform a cleansing of the apartment. Prayers filled the air where whispers once lingered. Holy water was cast against walls that had witnessed silent horrors. The oppressive weight began to lift, but the doll remained. It cannot be destroyed. Not safely.